Ignorance is not just a lack of knowledge. It is blindness to the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that control us. This lack of awareness keeps us trapped in cycles of pain. But with awareness, we can break free, transform our lives, and reach our fullest potential. Now, I'll pass you over to Johan, who will guide you in applying this wisdom to your own journey.
Thanks, Carl. You're absolutely right. But here's the bigger issue: it's not just ignorance. The real challenge is unconscious ignorance. That's when you don't even realize you're ignorant. And let's face it, you can't fix a problem you're not aware of. That's why in my course, The Wheel of Change, awareness is the very first step. Because once you're aware, you can actually do something about it. So it's all about increased awareness. That is really where real change begins.
Let's start with explaining the 6E cycle. This is how we humans get trapped in patterns that keep us miserable, and most of the time we don't even realize it's happening. Let me break it down. Imagine this. You're at work and your boss gives you some feedback. Maybe not in the nicest way. That's the event. You immediately feel your stomach tighten, your heart race. That's your experience, your body reacting. Then comes the evaluation. And this is where the trouble starts. Your brain goes, they think I'm terrible at my job, or I'm not good enough. Sound familiar? Now those thoughts trigger emotions, maybe shame, anger, or defensiveness. And what happens next? The effects. You shut down, avoid your boss, or maybe even snap at them. Finally, we hit the end result, where everything feels worse. The relationship with your boss gets strained, and you're convinced you're doomed. And boom, you're stuck in the cycle. It's kind of like being in a hamster wheel, right? You're running and running, but you're not getting anywhere. And the worst part? You don't even realize it's happening because it's all on autopilot. That's where Jung's ignorance comes in. But here's the thing. This cycle isn't set in stone. The moment you bring awareness to it, you can interrupt it. And once you interrupt it, you can actually change the outcome. Now let's flip to the solution. The 6R framework. This is where awareness comes in and shakes things up. Let me walk you through this with the same example. Your boss gives you harsh feedback. First, we need to review and recognize. Pause for a second and notice, wow, I'm feeling really defensive right now. Why? Oh, because I'm telling myself this means I'm not good enough. That's the awareness part, just seeing the pattern. Next, reframe. Here, you challenge the thought. Ask yourself, is this true? Or maybe my boss just wants me to improve the project. Boom, you've shifted the story. Then comes regulate. This is about calming down so you don't react out of emotion. Take a deep breath, maybe count to 5, whatever works for you. Now, redirect. Instead of avoiding your boss or snapping at them, you choose a new action. Maybe you say, thanks for the feedback. Can we talk about how I can improve? And guess what happens? The result changes. Now, instead of creating more tension, you've opened the door to better communication. Finally, reinforce. Reflect on what worked and commit to doing it again next time. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Now let's connect the dots. See what happened there? By bringing awareness into the process, you didn't just stop the cycle, you completely changed the outcome. And here's the cool part. When you change the pattern once, you start building confidence that you can do it again and again. This is the real power of awareness. Let's make this real with a quick exercise. Think about a recent situation where you felt stuck. Maybe an argument, a stressful task, or a mistake you made. Now, follow these steps with me. Pause. Take a deep breath and think about what happened. Observe and ask yourself, what was I feeling? What story was I telling myself? For instance, I felt frustrated because I told myself I always mess things up. Now challenge the thought. Ask yourself, is that really true, or is there a different way to see this? You could reframe it like this. I don't always mess things up. This was just one mistake and I can learn from it. That's it. Just this small act of pausing and reframing can start to shift the cycle. Do this consistently, and you'll notice how much more in control you feel. Let's wrap this up. Carl Jung was spot on when he said ignorance causes suffering. But awareness is the key to freedom. It's what allows you to break the 6E cycle and use tools like the 6R framework to create new outcomes. The best part? You don't have to fix everything overnight. Start small. Pause, observe, and reframe one pattern at a time. Every time you do, you're stepping off the hamster wheel and creating a life with more clarity, confidence, and growth. So your homework? Practice awareness this week. And remember, when you see the cycle, you can change it. That's the real power of awareness. So take care and be aware.